Rev up your engine. Now here's something you don't see every day. This is a Honda Civic, but it's now the guy's camper. It is his RV. He wanted to travel around the country, but he didn't want to pay for motels, hotels, waste all that money, so here's what he did. He's got a nice bed platform he put in here. Nice and comfy. Now obviously the Civics are bigger than they used to be because it's got a bed here, but he didn't even have to pull the seats down. It fits inside. If you're even bigger than him, he can pull all this out and he can have even more room for making an even longer bed for taller people. He custom made all this. You might think not much privacy, but you can see he's built nice cutouts that fit in, make it nice and dark inside. He puts the front in. He's got it all blacked out. Look, it's a stealth Civic. Now on the highway you can get 42.5 miles a gallon. He averages around 40, so it's a very efficient machine. Honda always made good cars. The Civics are really dependable, and he wanted something dependable that he could also sleep in. Now, I would have never thought putting a Honda Civic into an RV, but really, when you think about it, there's millions of them around. It doesn't bring attention to people seeing a Honda Civic. It's not like an RV where, hey, everybody knows it's full of a bunch of stuff, and if you park it and go hiking in the woods, you come back, the windows may be broken and everything's gone inside. This, people aren't even going to think about something like that. Now he's got over 100,000 miles on it. You know what he's done to it? He's changed the oil and filter numerous times. It still has the original brake pads on the front. That's how well made these cars. And of course, under the hood, it is an Earth Dreams engine, but this is a 2-liter Earth Dreams engine. It is not turbocharged. And for those of you wondering, it does not have oil dilution problems. The problem with oil dilution is too much pressure. This does not have a turbocharger. It doesn't have all that extra pressure. And of course, it's a 2-liter engine. The smaller 1.5s, some of those had problems. They'll have a turbo, they'll have GDI, and they're a small engine, and you're straining the engine more. In this case, it's a nice 2-liter engine. It doesn't strain. As far as I'm concerned, Honda probably makes the best 2-liter engines in the world. On the highway, it gets 42 miles a gallon, right? Who cares if you can get 49 and the engine burns out? I would rather get 42 and have something that might go 400,000 or 500,000 miles. And it's not that slow. You'll see when we take it for a road test, it's not that slow of a car because it's a 2-liter. Now, if it was a 1.5 normally aspirated, it'd be relatively slow. But 2 liters is a nice size for a car like this to get up and go and still get good gas mileage. You don't have to keep making them tinier and tinier and turbo them. You make a nice medium-sized engine, it can get good gas mileage, still get you where you're going, and not have any problems for ages. The rest is typical Honda. I mean, he hasn't even done a brake job on it yet, and they're still pretty thick. These things are well made. The only thing he had to replace was the battery, because Honda puts these little baby batteries. I wish they put bigger ones in, but there's no room to put a bigger one in, so you don't have any choice with that. Get inside this camper Civic and take a look. Well, you can see it's pretty dark inside. He's got the camping set up, but everything that he's built for camping, sleeping, he can move this in less than an hour, take it all out, put it in the trunk, and it will look like a normal Honda Civic. And he does like to drive, so he got himself a 6-speed standard transmission. After all, he does go camping, far away places, dirt roads. He doesn't want to get stuck. It's going to be much more dependable than an automatic. You're going to go off-road. This thing isn't high up in the air, right? But you're getting on dirt roads, stone roads, ice, snow. It's going to be a lot easier making your way through with a standard transmission. He lives in North Dakota. He doesn't even put snow tires on this thing. The front-wheel drive systems on these are pretty well made that you can go through a lot of stuff. Now, of course, if it was absolute insanity, you'd have to put chains on it. That's just the way it is. You're going through 5 feet of snow, you're going to need chains. But, hey, this wouldn't go through 5 feet of snow anyways. It'd be underground. You can see here, he's got storage room. He's got his Quaker oats under there. Now, for those of you curious, this isn't just sitting there. He has it bolted down to where the seat used to be, and he can bolt it off, put the seat back in. It's solid. It's not sloshing around. He did a pretty good job, and he had a mattress place, custom make a mattress that fits on the top, so there's enough room for the glove box and enough room to go around the pillar here. So, it's pretty ingenious, really. Now, he did have the mattress custom made. That cost $700, but the rest was only $200. So, for his $900 investment, you can figure out, boy, he saved saving a lot of money from spending months in hotel and motel rooms. There's no arguing that. Now I kind of wonder, how does he shave? Well, he doesn't worry about that. Check it out. He doesn't shave at all. He's got a beard. So let's take this Honda Civic camper for a drive. Although I won't be sleeping in it, I'm just driving it. It's got an actual key. I hate those keyless ignition systems. And now, it is Honda Civic, so it's a little bitty backup camera, but you can see what's happening. Now, being a 2-liter engine, of course, this thing is smoother than most Civics. Smaller engines are going to vibrate more. It's a very smooth engine. And really, if you want to compare a modern Civic like this to the old ones, when I used to work on those little old Civics, they were rattle traps, bouncing, made all kinds of noise, couldn't get out of their own way. This is a pretty smooth driving experience. Honda's got a lot of their technology, even in these little bitty things. And for those of you who don't know how to drive a standard, let me tell you, if you already know how to drive, look, changing gears is nothing. They're smooth. If you don't remember, the numbers are right there. They have hydraulic clutches. They are not hard to drive whatsoever. And this Honda knows something about me. The truth about Scotty. Uh-oh, they've been following me around. Kind of like the digital speedometer in the middle, very easy to read. 26, 27, you can really see what's going on. After all, this is a Honda Civic. It's got a Honda engine. We'll put it in lower gear and they make a nice sound. Plenty of get up and go. You can play with the gears all you want. And compared to the old Civics, this thing is quiet as a mouse inside. You don't even hear the wind noise. This is a guy who takes trips. Check it out. Trip A is 6,317 miles. That's what I call a trip. And as I said, okay, he has changed the oil and filter. He had changed the battery once. Granted, he's on his second set of tires, but I mean, hey, he's got over 100,000 miles on it too. Engine, transmission, everything else, AC, alternator. All still original, still runs pretty much the same as it did the day it was made. I do have to say, this is definitely the best handling RV I've ever been in. You ever drive an RV? They're big old trucks, they're all over the road, hellacious things to park. You know, you can only park with all the other RVs. This is a Honda Civic, you can park it anywhere. And guess what? The owner just told me he's never been stopped by the police in this, sleeping in it. He's got it all blanked out, and hey. So there you have it, one of the most unlikeliest of camping RVs, a Honda Civic. And it serves him well, kind of like a sleeper camper, you know? Most people think of a sleeper car, they think of a little car that's got a big V8 engine and goes like stink, right? In this case, it's a real sleeper car. You can sleep in the thing, save a bunch of money, travel all over the country, and not have to park with all the other RVs with all of that entails. But all jokes aside, it makes a very interesting camper. Cheap to run, great gas mileage. And as you saw, with a little imagination, he made all this stuff himself. Mind you, he paid to have the mattress custom made, but he designed it himself. Even a big person, if you flip the back seats, can fit inside one of these things. Now, if there's two of you, well, I guess you're gonna have to all go on diets. It wouldn't work with me and my wife. My wife would fit in, but the two of us, no, we would not fit in on a little mattress. Sometimes being solo has its advantages, and this Honda Civic makes a great solo camper. Hey, you're thinking about it? Look at his design. Maybe you'll try it out yourself. Save a lot of money on hotel and motel bills, that's for sure. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Cup of Joe 7714 says, Scotty, what's your opinion on Camaros? Just ordered a 2023 3LT V6 Camaro. Wonder what you thought about it. Okay, you know they're not going to be making them anymore. They're going to be making electric Camaros, and they'll probably look like SUVs or something, who knows. But I'm not a fan of any of the late model GM stuff. The quality control can have problems. If you drive conservatively, it could last a while, but most people buy Camaros and they drive the heck out of them and then they fall apart in front of their very eyes. You like it, you like the way it looks. The problem with Camaros are, the only ones that are worth any money are the ones with V8s. Everybody wants a V8 Camaro. And if you buy the last great V8s, it might be a collector's item. As for, will the V6 ever be a collector's item? I doubt it. Americans don't like V6 engines as collectible. They want the big old V8s. If you had any way, I'd switch it to a V8 because then it might be a collector's item. It's supposedly going to be the last year they ever make them, and those usually become collector's items. But like I say, people collect the 8s, not the 6s. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.